Here we are again with Niall, Dennehy. Niall, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Carmelo. Great to be here.
Let's start talking about this summit, the Global Family Office Investment Summit here in Monaco, the second time in Monaco, the sixth edition at all. Which are your first impressions, your first feeling about it?
My first impression is absolutely amazing. It's great to be here in Monaco. The weather is fantastic. The people are even better. We are a company in the blockchain space. We're using digital identity. We're a social company, but for profit. We've met a huge amount of interesting people here. We found that there's a real appetite for companies making an impact who have a social mission like we do. So to come here to Monaco, to a family office event, has been nothing short of amazing so far.
Niall, you were the first company in the world to successfully deliver aid to Syrian refugees completely transparently using blockchain technology. Let's explain us how aid tech works.
Sure. So we were the first company ever, as you mentioned, to deliver international aid with blockchain. We did it in Lebanon in 2015. We ran a project with an Irish NGO, the Irish Red Cross, and effectively we got a card that looks like that. That is a digital identity, and with that we were able to distribute international aid completely transparently to Syrian refugees in a refugee camp. And we proved that basically we could bring transparency to the movement of international aid. And the reason we called the company Aid Tech is because you've heard of FinTech, Clean Tech, Health Tech, Reg Tech. We wanted to create a brand new industry, so we called it Aid Tech to bring transparency to aid. And we realized that really it's digital identity is the key enabler. And with that then you can send other entitlements like remittances, welfare, donations, healthcare completely transparently. So digital identity based on blockchain technology, and that's core to what we do.
In 2017 there was the explosion of cryptocurrencies and blockchain, but let's talk about this new technology because most of us don't know what does it mean, how does it work.
Sure. So our technology, for example, is based on blockchain. We use what we would refer to as a permissioned blockchain built on Hyperledger Fabric. And with blockchain technology now, from an aid tech point of view, we can basically create a digital representation of any real world entitlement. As I mentioned, that could be aid, that could be welfare, that could be remittances, that can be donations. And for us, using digital identity, we can track, we can trace, and we can ensure over the blockchain, which is at its nature an append-only ledger that cannot be altered, that's completely permanent, it's immutable, it cannot be corrupted. So if your mission, like ours, is to do a trust and transparency, we think the blockchain is the biggest single innovation ever to hit that space. And we think, much like the World Economic Forum do, that by the year 2027, 10% of global gross domestic product will be based on blockchain technology. International aid, remittances, welfare, donations, healthcare that we're going after is going to be a big part of that.
International organizations are talking with you, United Nations, EMF. What does it mean for you, this?
Yeah, it's great. It's validation really of all the work that we've done. We know that we are a relatively small company right now at the moment. We've got huge plans to grow. We recently got a significant funding, which I can talk about recently. But to partner with organizations that already have the trust of people like the United Nations, like the Red Cross, the IMF, it's great for a startup like us to be able to partner with people who have that reach, that scale, that goodwill towards them. So it's a fantastic way to partner and to get into places and to open up opportunities that would otherwise have been quite difficult to reach.
Niall, at least we are talking about young technology. So which is your advice to young generation or all entrepreneurs which are entering the world of blockchain industry?
Yeah, my advice would be our focus from day one, and really where I step in, is to ensure that we've got a working product, something that works, particularly in the blockchain space right now. Even a lot of the big companies, there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of theory, there isn't much delivery, there's nothing has been done at scale. We think that we are one of the few companies out there who is doing something right now and it is working. So I would say for people going in, there's never been a better time, there's never been a better technology to concentrate your efforts and to go after. But I would say focus on finding the right use case for it. Ideally, it would be something that you've experienced yourself that you want to solve. For example, my co-founder, a big part of the reason we created ATech was because he ran a marathon back in 2009, 151 miles through the Moroccan desert. Donations that he collected went missing, so we thought we'd try and solve that problem, and then blockchain came along. So we are solving a real problem for us, for a lot of people. So go after a problem that you've personally experienced, throw your heart and soul into it. And blockchain, we think it's going to be the next big game changer. So it's a great one if you have interest in it to pursue right now.
Let's remember only that Joseph Thompson, your co-founder, was named by Real Leaders one of 100 visionary leaders inspiring our future. It's really, really good.
It's amazing, and it's totally justified. He lives up to the hype and more. And I must also point out that he was named as one of only 10 people in the world in 2017 as the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals pioneer for blockchain technology. And the Sustainable Development Goals are something that we're really driven by, our business roadmap, our technology roadmap. And I would even like to think that the culture of the company is really driven by the Sustainable Development Goals. And he is the representative for blockchain technology. And our big mission, really, back to my card here again, is to bring identity to everybody in the world by the year 2030. And that is target 16.9 of the Sustainable Development Goals. And again, we think that an identity, give it to people who are currently legally, socially and financially included, is a game changer.
So thank you, Joseph Thompson. Thank you, Niall. Thank you for what you are doing for aid people all over the world. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Carmelo, and thank you to your audience.
Thank you.